live on this Saturday, October 25th, 2025. Yes, that was me on tape. This is me live in front of you, unless you're watching a rerun, in which case I'm not live in front of you. But the point is, David has brought me in not only to do that interview, but to do this next segment that we love to do. It is called StoryTime, where we get to read to you some other material by someone else. And I get to yap about it, to tumble with it, to make fun of it, to read it to you, and to share it with you. And today, we are doing this book purportedly for children. A is for activist. So, yes, it's one of these books that kind of goes back to the thing where, that shut up and go to sleep book that Samuel L. Jackson read on TV at one point. It's for kids, but not necessarily for kids, except it seems to be for kids. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And here we go. I mean, Lord knows Jews, of which I am one, are known for being activists, for being on the left-wing side of causes, and for speaking up and all that, and also for suffering and horrible things. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how far this book goes towards turning children into forward-thinking, leftward-marching people on this segment that we call Storytime.
Tell me a story, tell me a story, tell me a story. Remember what you said. You promised me, you said you would. You gotta give in, so I'll be good. Tell me a story, then I'll go to bed.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Shalom. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, so here it is a book, and it is written by and illustrated by, so the pictures and the things are done by the same person, Innosanto Nagara. Innosanto Nagara, author of A is for Activist. Let's see if they take a gentle tone, because it is a children's book. It is perhaps for bedtime. I'm going to do my extra special specs here so that I can see better. Let us begin with A. A is for activist, advocate, abolitionist, ally. So, of course, you got the wonderful colors of the rainbow here, the white child, the Hispanic child, the black child, all of them, advocate, abolitionist, ally, actively answering a call to action. Are you an activist? And I don't know, are they saying that if you are, it's bad luck to you? Because they have a black cat here? I have no idea what that's supposed to represent. Let's get to B, shall we? B, to be or not to be? That's a question. B is for banner, bobbing in the sky, billowing in the breeze, because you're not shy. That's very nice. I like that. C is for co-op. Seriously, C is for co-op. Cooperating cultures, creative counter to corporate vultures. Yes, let's get our children to distrust all the mechanisms of capitalism in America. Oh, and cats. Can you find the cats? Obviously. I wish there were hiding little Jewish people here, and you look for Mr. Cats and Mrs. Cats, but no, it's an actual black cat. They got the cat here, too. I guess that's a motif to keep children interested in the agitprop of this book. Let's continue. D. Oh, here we go. Let's see which side. Oh, this is amazing. So they've got the donkey versus the elephant, the blue versus the red, but they put the communist cap on the elephant. Let's see where they go with this. Little d democracy. More than voting, you'll agree. Dictators detest it. Donkeys don't get it. But you and me, we demand equality. What? Donkeys don't get it? But Democrats are generally the liberal donkey. Okay, I'm already lost. And this is meant for 8-year-olds, and I don't understand it. All right, let's get to E. Maybe E's better. Equal rights, black, brown, or white. Clean and healthy is a right. Every place we live and play, environmental justice is the way. All right, I'm down with that. That's okay. I'll live with that. They forgot to put the letter E on it. F is for feminist, for fairness in our pay, for freedom to flourish and choose our own way. So now we got different ways. The feminist mystique there, nothing mystical about demanding fairness. That's okay. G is for grassroots, sprouting from below, sharing nutrients and the waters flow. Plus, since it's feminist, there's something else flowing down there as well. Below the surface, we're all connected, stronger together we grow. And oh, look, there's the cat. They always hide the cat. Where's the cat in this one? Okay, so see, there's always putting a little, well, this is appropriate. If they're having all these things about women, it's important to have a pussy in there. So, let's get to the letter H. H is for healthy food, a human right, honeydew, jicama, nature's delight. Okay, this person obviously knows liberal and indoctrinated things, but human H, healthy, honeydew, jicama, and they spell it properly. They spell it with a J. Why they would have that under H? They could have had, I don't know, listen, they got hummus, hot dogs, Havarti cheese, hot dogs, because they're talking about healthy things. Yes, healthy hot dogs, please, and pizza. I have no idea where they're going with this. This is, they have all these people eating nice things that are sort of semi-healthy. What the hell are they eating there? So you got her eating the pizza. You have the white child eating the watermelon. Okay, I get it. We're being careful. And you got the black child suckling the booby, which is healthy milk. And then you got a child eating, I guess, a really glow-in-the-dark ice pop that's probably irradiated with something. I don't know. I have no idea where they're going with this. Okay. I. Indigenous and immigrant. Together we stand tall. Our histories are relevant. An injury to one is an injury to all. Rather nice. And this was, when was this, by the way? This book came out before the whole ICE thing. So that's kind of, when did this come out? When is this? 2013. So they were on some level, prescient and predictive of what would happen. But now suddenly, they go from appreciating all people from everywhere, to like incredible communist, straight up constructivist imagery here with J is for justice, yay for justice, Ja Jing Jang, Juanita, Jamal, justice for the janitors, justice for all. I'm saying you could literally see this on like a 1920 Soviet Union poster. What are they getting at with this? Kings, K is for kings. No kings, ladies and gentlemen. Kings are fine for story time. Knights are fun to play, K-N-I-G-H-T, kniggets. But when we make decisions, we will choose the people's way. And then we have, activists and resorting to violence even at that age. LGBTQ. Love who you choose, because love is free. Go ahead to explain to a 7-year-old what LGBTQ is. Liberate your notions of limited emotions. Celebrate with pride our links of devotion. So there you have 2 male cats or 2 female cats going after each other, and then a hand and a hand and a hand and a hand. Very, very nice. Just way too sophisticated for the audience this is supposedly for. Megaphones marching. Movimiento music. All right, here we go. Hip hooray. It must be May Day. Ho, ho, ho. Yes. Let us celebrate. When Republicans brand liberals and Democrats as communist, and the Democrats say, no, we like certain socialist policies. We like to be on the liberal and humane side of things. And Republicans are like, no, you're communist. And then you see this, right? May Day celebrated, and then you see friggin' this. Really? Really now? N is for no. No, no, no. Yes to what we want, no to what must go. No, no, no. And of course, this was post Rodney King and post all of that stuff. No justice, no peace, no, supposed to be no war, but they couldn't really fit it. So it's no R. But there should be an R in here because they're doing the whole alphabet. I don't understand this. But no compromise. No, just no to the things we hate. There you go. That's what's gotten the world into where we are right now. Open minds operate best. We're up to the letter O. Critical thinking over tests. Wisdom can't be memorized. Educate, agitate, organize. So it's basically saying, hey, our children can't get higher than a 40 on a quiz. What good are quizzes? Education, thinking is something else. God forbid you should know enough and memorize enough where you can start critical thinking. No, we don't need to. Let's just assimilate all sorts of stuff and the actual learning will come later. Here we go. We are up to the letter P. Peace March. It's PEA, folks. Peace March. Protest. Power to the people. And if you're giving power to the people, really these people, they should all not be teenagers, but in their 70s and 80s, because those are the actual people that you're going to find in nursing homes. Yeah, it's like, yeah, and this is what turned these wonderful, adorable, young, angry children into the folks who are sitting in tents on college lawns. Oh, joy. Q is for question, questioning coercion. Querying qualities counter false assertions. Yeah. So you haven't taught these kids anything. They can't pass a test, but they'll know what these words mean. Sure. Radical Reds, the headline said. Ruinous rioters, the rumors spread. Rabble rousing riffraff. Really? All right, so you could approach this in terms of the folks at the No Kings protests and the other protests, some of the other protests anyway. So fine, and they're all goyim burning their hands as Martin Luther King, and can we recognize any Ms. Malcolm there? I don't see him. Maybe Cesar Chavez. Can't make out all these faces in the crowds, but all of them goyim because they're holding votive candles. How about some Jews? S is for sun, soul, solar. Superstar stellar power fuels all life, not just flowers. Energized homes, cars, and showers. All right, this is nice. More sun power, solar things, I like it. Silly, selfish scoundrels sucking on dinosaur sludge. Boo! Hiss! Yes, let's take it out on the oil industry. Naughty. Let's all, even though only a small percentage of homes all over the place are properly heated with solar energy or corn, or, let's just diss the energy that we all grew up with for 150 years. T, I don't believe this. I've been going along with a lot of things in this book. They're very nice. They're very liberal. Not necessarily for a 7-year-old. T is for trans. For trains, tiaras, tulips, tractors, and tigers too. And here, by the way, there you get the cocoon turning into the butterfly, right? Trust in the true, the he, she, they, that is you. Oh, my God. If you're not going to quiz these kids and tell them what pronouns are, how the fuck are you going to give them pronouns that they don't understand what plural and singular is? I know, this is really for grown-ups. I know it's kind of trying to give them a smile and a wink and to make sure that they're moving their kids in the correct leftward direction and putting them onto, communist farms to create the next Russia. You, what? Oh, okay, they know what all right, I'm a little shy. U is for weekends. I guess the person who wrote this book didn't pass a quiz either. U is for weekends. U is for workers' rights. Wait. They're saying that's not the letter U. That's double U. U is for union. Union, yes. And there's that kitty cat again. And union, yes, except if you ever actually asked a union to try and help you with stuff that your job is doing to you, and all they're doing is collecting your dues and being mouthpieces for Hamas. So, I like the idea of unions, but unions are generally upsetting. U is for useless. I continue. V is for Vox. What? Did you say Fox? No, I said Vox. Did you say box? No! Fox! Get a fucking hearing aid! Rocks, blocks, socks? No! Vox! Vox of the people. Voice of the populi. Better go see the letter D. All right, let's get back to D, which I've forgotten already. What are they doing there? D is for democracy. Voting dictators detest it. Donkeys don't get it. But you and me, we demand equality, whatever. All right. Vox, democracy, populi, something. Where's the cat? Oh, there's a cat. Right, there it is. Okay. W, wondrous world, wondrous we. We cannot be whole. We cannot be free unless we delight in diversity. Do not send this book to the White House. All for diversity. And of course, they've got a diversity has to include everybody. So you've got the cripple there. You've got the person who's poor with no shoes. You got the woman there who is rich but has almost no shoes. It's just one strap on a piece of leather. Then you got a black person who's also barefoot. You got the cat. You got Crocs and the ugliest shoes of all. And then somebody who's got like weird ass, like false, is that fake legs? Or, I don't even know, whatever. But D is for diversity. Funny, I don't see any Asians included. Don't see a lot of Jews in this either. Don't see a lot of... I love how diversity is including like the 3 or 4 main groups. But it is literally leaving out a dozen others. X is for Malcolm. As in Malcolm X. History's lessons can be complex. Remember parks. I do remember parks. Now they're parking lots. Remember King. Yes, the president. Remember Malcolm. I believe he was in the middle. And let freedom ring. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Y is for you, because we like you. Y is for you and for youth, your planet, your rights, your future, your truth. Y is for yes. Yes, yes, yes. And that's kind of nice. And they got the cat, always with the... Did Malcolm have the cat? Oh, yeah, even Malcolm had the thing. But there, look, so we got these little obnoxious kid, the kid who's too young to know the difference at the Passover Seder, and the woman with the yo-yo there, because this thing yo-yos back and forth from logic to stupidity. Z is for Zapatista of... Really? A terrorist, or a terrorist-looking guy in a mask with a seriously evil cat. And this is how you end the book, right? Right. How about Z for zero carbon emissions? What is it? And who was Zapatista anyway? I don't even know who the hell that is. This book was made possible by the generous support and enthusiasm of so many people, I can't list them all here. But I have to start with a shout out to Design Action Collective members, class of 2012. I'm so grateful for the trust and generosity of all these people. Any Jews in there? Maybe 1 or 2. And she lists a whole bunch of folks. And everyone else, this is a man, I guess, Innosanto, all who pre-ordered and donated to the publication of our first edition. Thanks to 7 Stories Press and my editor, Corey Silverberg. All right, so at least there's a little bit of kashrut in the book for their support and enthusiasm in bringing this second edition of A is for Activist to life. L'chaim. This is a Triangle Square Books for Young Readers edition, published by 7 Stories Press back in 2013. All rights are reserved. Yeah, you can keep the book. You can reserve the rights for you. And speaking of Jews, the authors of The Shock Doctrine, filmmakers Naomi Klein and Avi Lewis, I'm assuming, They're tribal, full of wit, beauty, and fun. We can think of no better way to learn the alphabet. I can. Comets Aleph Ah, Comets Beit Ba, Comets Gimel Ga, Comets, everybody, Comets Dalet Da. Okay, we need books for children that use words like justice, ally, freedom, and advocate. This is from Rona Renner, host of the Children's Matters radio show, which is why the Republicans pulled funding from public television. This book is rad, says Tomas Moniz, writer, editor of Rad Dad Zine, a zine on radical parenting. Okay, and this is why we have the college kids we have now. And Dan Zanes, I know this guy, maker of 21st century all ages music. Oh, Grammy Award-winning album. Yes, Dan Zanes. I wish this beautiful and inspiring book was around when my daughter was young. But fortunately, there are plenty of cool children around today who will devour what Inno is serving up. Oh, Inno, Innosanto is for Inno. So, obviously a friend. Anyway, we have been reading A is for Activist. Fine, great. Done with it. Good stuff, bad stuff, kind of all smushed together into something that is, shall we say, kibbutzistic in its communism, idealistic, which I'm all for, but sort of ridiculous as well, which is, I am too. You know, there are people who say that I am ridiculous as well. I is for me, being Rabbi Sol Solomon. S is for Solomon. You can find out more about me by going to another S, my website, shalomdammit.com. Technically, it's a W. 3 W's, www.shalomdammit.com. You can listen to my sermons, my rabbinical reflections. That's a double R there. R is for Rabbi, rabbinical reflection. That's rad. And you can also watch my stage show, Shalom Dammit, An Evening with Me. The link is right there on shalomdammit.com. Also, T is for television. I did a bunch of television shows on Long Island Cable many years ago called Shalom Dammit, Rabbi Sol Solomon's Peace, Love, and Acid Reflux Hour. They're hilarious, and they're only a half hour each. So I told a little bit of an L is for lie, but you can watch them there at shalomdammit.com. Anyway, I do want to thank David Lefkowitz, the host of this program, for allowing me to come on here and do story time this week. B is for bye, S is for see you next week, H is for happy Halloween, assuming that it is a secular holiday and not, not turning into something goyish and with idols and things like that. Ugh. But H is for healthy, which I hope you will stay. Time for me to go away.